So 343 has released one of their latest blog posts talking about some changes that they did after the second flight ended, which was around end of September, beginning of October, and they posted about some changes, or as actually some nerfs and some feedback they got overall. And today I'm gonna be talking about the main important details and why I feel that you should listen to. But if you want, read it all, the whole blog post, you can. Link down in the description below. Also, there'll be timestamps on the YouTube video, so if you want to skip to a pretty juicy part, you most definitely can. You don't have to stick to the intro, but if you want to and you support me, I really appreciate it. Without further ado, let's not waste your time. Let's jump right into it, shall we? I'm going to start off a bit heavy here, and what I mean by that, we're gonna get to the, I think the biggest part of this blog post being the first ever nerf happening in Halo Infinite, and that is the VK78 Commando is going to be 8 shots to kill instead of 7, which before, this weapon was the best time to kill weapon, beating out the BR, right? And the battle rifle has the same time to kill as Halo 3's battle rifle. But now being 8 shots to kill, it will still be faster time to kill than the battle rifle, but I think it would probably beat the sidekick, or I think the sidekick will beat the VK78 Commando. It's kind of weird. I'll probably say, like, if you shoot the head, so just for people out there not knowing, it's 6 bullets to pop shields, 1 bullet to pop the head. That'll be a 1 second time to kill, and 6 bullets to pop shields. I think 4 bullets to body, which will do a 1.40 TTK. Overall, though, I feel like it will probably be like a 1.20 second TTK. If I'm being honest with you, in regards to that, it kind of makes the Commando not a viable option instead of the battle rifle, right? For those people that don't know, the battle rifle will be the starting weapon in Halo Infinite, yet the Commando will still be there. When we saw that gameplay in Recharge, the Commando is up there on where the BR and the Commando switch. That's where it spawns in. Now I feel like the Commando is going to be the staple of that spot, but would you like to get it though? Or do you prefer a long-range scenario where you have no bloom, and apart from that, you feel more confident? There's no luck at all involved with the bloom. I think the main point here is that there's bloom on it. Also, they did not touch the bloom at all. They say they're gonna keep it. Okay, I guess it doesn't bother me-ish, but in the competitive scene, it's gonna be a bit, a bit off. I would say just reduce the bloom on the competitive scene, but we'll make the Commando a bit overpowered. That is it for that. I say the most heavy, juicy parts. They increased the radius, the actual tracker that you get. They increased the radius only in big team battle, being from 18 meters to 22 meters. As I said again, only in big team battle. In arena, it's not gonna happen. It's gonna stay at 18 meters, which I guess is totally fine. I feel like it should stay at 20 meters, and big team battle should be 22, just for preference itself. But I do agree they did increase the radius for big team battle. Huge map, it had to happen. They increased the degree of aim assist to kick in on certain guns. I'll put up a picture here on screen so you guys can see what guns they increased with the, being at 6 degrees or 5.5, whatever. You guys can check it out here. But the one that I'm more interested on is the shock rifle has now hit magnetism. This will be interesting since the shock rifle can one-shot if you hit technically all 4 bullets in the head. It one-shots. Technically. It doesn't one-shot, but you get my point, right? It will be a secondary sniper, but now with, aim assist in it, is it going to be overpowered on controller? Is it not? Can still MK players dominate? Who knows? I feel like we'll have to see gameplay with all of these things on. Now, by the way, I'll probably state this at the end of the video, but I'll state it right here in the middle of this. All of this will be after the game launches, where they change the majority of these settings. Coming up to the next thing, Jeff Steitzer's voice lines will be back on Big Team Battle. They'll add him back on Big Team Battle, so you can get that double kill, triple kill, which I love that. I personally, so many people were just asking for it. Even I was asking for it. I'm glad that it's back. It was needed, most definitely. Moving on back to guns, the sniper stays the same. They talked about it a bit, where they say it's in par with other Halo titles, but they don't state which other Halo titles we're talking about. Are we talking about Halo 3s, Reach, 4, 5s? I feel like the sniper in this game is the hardest sniper ever in Halo history. That's all I would say. Also, they didn't talk about sniper glint at all. I know Min Blitz was talking about it on his YouTube video, where he wanted it to be lowered down, and I agree, it should be lowered down. It's like a sunlight hitting at you like a mile away. You're like, yo, that guy's sniping at me, and it gives away your spot. I feel like it should be lowered down a bit, personally. but they didn't talk about it all. So vehicles are great, but Banshee is underwhelming. They did talk about the Banshee, and so many people were, you know, giving feedback on the Banshee that it was too weak. Also, the Wasp was a bit weak, but they didn't talk about the Wasp. I feel like the Wasp was pretty good where it's at. It's just the health, where you can get one shot with the skewer. Kind of, that's kind of underwhelming. But as well with the Banshee. But the problem with the Banshee is that the Banshee bomb does not one shot. And they are talking about how they're going to improve the damage, and as well they might include, you know, the health of the vehicle in there, just increase it a bit more. We're gonna have to see. I said again, this is after launch. Knockback effects like grenade jumping and the gravity hammer. Yes, this was, I think, one of the things that I also loved in Halo is the grenade jumping, the gravity hammer jumping, right? I don't do much of grenade jumping. I feel like it's a risk. It's a risk and reward. If you're able to pull it off, go ahead, dude. Massive props. You know, if you pull it off, go, dude, do it. But I don't do that so often. Yet again, if you do it, this is a plus for you, because they are actually adding this back or putting it later on to the game, as I said again, where now you'll be able to grenade jump, and also the gravity hammer will have knockback, which, yes, please, gravity hammer is needed. And how powerful this gravity hammer is, like you swing it, like you like hit it to the ground. It's just the sound is kind of kind of disappointing, you know. Player collision, this is a hot topic as well. I didn't include this in the beginning because I feel like it's, for me, it's not a hot topic, but player collision will still be off for teammates. So basically how it was in flight, player collision will be on against enemies, but your teammates, it still be off. So that means that you can stack up to 12 people in one little spot and y'all be fine. Except if a grenade is thrown at you and there goes a, you know, a 12 feed. But that's not the point. As they stated, they might keep on monitoring this topic specifically, see how it goes, even in competitive. I know this is part of the sandbox itself, where you can be able to use people to jump to specific spots on the map, which I love that. Personally, I love that. It brings a lot of fun. They didn't include it. Personally, if it wasn't me, at this player collision, but in custom games, a setting that you can turn on where you could like player collision on with teammates. That'd be pretty dope. Obviously in multiplayer, that'd be a whole different story. And I think this is the last main topic, player outlines, which I did talk about this on my stream. You guys can check me out, twitch.tv/ShyClover, link down in the description below. But they talked about player outlines, and they're gonna be monitoring. Oh my god, bro. I'm filming right now, right? They are going to be monitoring this topic. They said that they're going to be somehow fixing it so it'll be, you know, viable for everybody to play the game and not have an issue at all with the outlines, or be able to turn them off. I know a couple of my fellows in my community do want it off, where you be able to just turn it off and just do that. I say that I'm fine with the outlines. I don't care about the outlines. It's a vibe for me. It's just so many people think the outlines are way too disturbing. It's an easy way to just get, you know, give away your spot, so on and so forth. I can see your point. It comes down to how are they gonna change it so it fits the right spot to make players satisfied, right? More options is better, you know. Like, hey, I have my, you know, settings. Other people have settings. You might have your own settings. If we all have different settings, hey, I mean, and we're vibing to the game, that's a W right there, right? So, there's nothing wrong with extra settings. It's just, I feel they might take a bit of time for that to happen. I know they were talking about the triple key binding thing, where you can have up to 3 key binds on one specific thing. It can be throwing a nade, it can be sprinting, the usual stuff if you play on MNK. Overall, this blog post was a W for me personally, right? There's a couple things that I'm mad about. I think one of the main things I'm mad about was the Commando, and they didn't touch the Bloom at all. That's why I brought him up in the beginning. It kind of bothers me that they decided to nerf the Commando. Being that the Commando, is it broken? Yes and no. It's supposed to be, I feel like it's supposed to be a gun that you can choose if you want the battle rifle or the Commando. I feel like those are the brothers that if you want to choose one in this scenario, go ahead. But if you want to choose the Commando, you're still fine. Now there's a little bit of a skill involved. Obviously with the Bloom, now it's their luck. There's kind of a upside and a downside about the Commando. Yes, it has a faster time to kill, yet the Bloom is there, so now it involves luck. The battle rifle though, no Bloom at all almost hit scan, but has a lower TTK. That's my point here, right? Also, that they didn't talk about the sniper glint. I feel like that's the main thing they should have talked about. Those are just like some minor things that I would say personally out of this whole list that I just went over. If you guys want to check out the whole blog post itself, links down in the description below. You guys can read it absolutely. It's absolutely, you know, I loved it. I loved it. I went through the stream with it, had a blast for 2 hours talking about it. It was absolutely amazing. So please, I think you guys check it out itself. But if you guys don't want to read it and just want like the main points, here it is. Here's the main points. Hope you guys enjoy the video. I love doing these type of things, you know, just talking about some more Halo stuff. When I did my stream, I just did talking about Halo. I didn't play Halo at all, but I still loved it. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. So if you guys like these type of videos, please subscribe. Also, turn that bell on. I don't know why I say put that thing on, but turn that bell on. Hey, you don't want to miss any of these you know, new stuff coming up on December 8th, fellas. There's gonna be a lot of juicy content regards some probably news, a couple of news here and there, but a lot of gameplay. You do not want to miss that. Links down in the description below. I said again for the blog post, you're gonna check it out yourself. But that is it for me. I appreciate you guys so much. Much love. I might have a plan where I might do a 24-hour stream on the launch of Halo Infinite. Me saying this and putting this in a YouTube video might be probably a higher yes than a no. So like 80% yes, 20% no. But if you want to know for sure, I'll for sure drop it in my Discord. Link down in the description below again. But that is it for me. Much love. Catch you guys in another one. Peace out, lucky gamers.
There is not